The Airbus A320neo family is a series of airliners developed since December 2010 by Airbus, with the suffix neo meaning new engine option. It is the last step of the A320 Enhanced modernization program, which was started in 2006. The A320neo replaces the original A320 family, which is now referred to as A320ceo, a four-current engine option. In addition to the new engines, the modernization program also included such improvements as aerodynamic refinements, large curved winglets, weight savings, a new aircraft cabin with larger hand luggage spaces, and an improved air purification system. Customers will have a choice of either the CFM International LEAP-1A of the Pratt & Whitney PW1100G engines. These improvements in combination are predicted to result in 15% lower fuel consumption per aircraft, 8% lower operating costs, reduced noise production, and a reduction of nitrogen oxide emissions by at least 10% compared to the A320 series, as well as an increase in range of approximately 500 nautical miles. A rearranged cabin allows up to 20 more passengers, enabling in total over 20% lower fuel consumption per seat. Airbus has firm orders for the A320neo family totaling 4,684 as of July 2016. The first A320neo rolled out of the Airbus factory in Toulouse on 1 July 2014. The first flight of the aircraft took place on the 25th of September 2014. A joint type certification from the European Aviation Safety Agency and the Federal Aviation Administration was received on the 24th of November 2015. On the 25th of January 2016, the A320neo entered service with Lufthansa, the type's launch customer. 6 months later at Farnborough Airshow, John Leahy reported that the 8 in-service aircraft fleet had achieved a 99.7% dispatch reliability. Development. A320 Enhanced. Airbus had been studying the successor to the A320 family with the option of a completely new aircraft or a re-engined and updated one. In 2006, Airbus started the A320 Enhanced program as a series of improvements to the A320 family. The improvements include aerodynamic refinements, such as adding large curved winglets with 3.5% fuel burn improvements, weight savings, a new cabin, and engine improvements. These engine improvements were fitted into the A320 in 2007-2008 with the CFM56 Tech insertion and the V2500 Select. They were estimated to reduce fuel consumption by only 1 to 2%, which finally led to Airbus's decision of going with the new engine option, abbreviated NEO, who's going to roll over a fleet to a new generation aircraft for 5% better than an A320 today, especially if another 10% improvement might be coming in the second half of the next decade based on new engine technology, said John Leahy, Airbus Chief Operating Officer and Executive Member in 2006. Charlottes. The A320 Enhanced as well as the A320neo will also include some modifications to the wing, mainly the installation of blended winglets called Charlottes to A320s commencing in 2012 with launch customer Air New Zealand. These Airbus winglets, which are 2.4 meters tall and weigh 200 kilograms, would reduce fuel burn by 3.5% and offer increases in payload of 500 kilograms or range by 100 nautical miles at the original payload. This corresponds to an annual CO2 reduction of around 700 tons per aircraft, saving operators $220,000 per aircraft per year. The Sharklets are to be manufactured and distributed by Korean Air Aerospace Division. In December 2011, Airbus filed suit in the Western District of Texas over Aviation Partners' claims of infringement of its patents on winglet design and amp construction, which patents were granted to Aviation Partners in 1993. Airbus lawsuit seeks to reject responsibility to pay royalties to Aviation Partners for using its designs, despite work performed together with both parties to develop advanced winglets for the A320neo. Enhanced cabin. A new quieter aircraft cabin was fitted, also offering better and larger luggage storage as well as a more modern look and feel. A new air purification system with filters and a catalytic converter removes toxic fumes and unpleasant smells from the air before it is pumped into the cabin. LED ambience lighting is optionally available. Anytime LEDs are used for the passenger service unit, and the flight crew can control the cabin through new touchscreen displays. The new SpaceFlex optional cabin configuration increases space efficiency by a new rear galley configuration and a Smart Lav modular lavatory design, allowing an in-flight change of 2 lavatories into one accessible toilet. It allows up to 9 more passengers for the A320neo, and with larger, relocated exit doors, up to 20 more passengers for the A321neo without putting more sardines in the can. The moved and enlarged exit doors are estimated to add 100 kilograms empty weight. Fuel efficiency per seat is increased by 6% with this option, together with the new engines on the Sharklets in total exceeding 20%. A320neo new engine option. On the 1st of December 2010, Airbus officially launched its successor to the A320 Enhanced, the A320neo new engine option. The choice for new engines include the CFM International LEAP-1A and the Pratt & Whitney PW1100G. Though the new engines will burn 16% less fuel, the actual fuel efficiency again on an A320 installation will be slightly lower, since 1 to 2% is typically lost upon installation on an existing aircraft. Overall, this means an additional range of 510 nmi, or 2t of extra payload. Airbus CEO was said to be comfortable with the projections of 15% lower maintenance cost for the Pratt & Whitney's PW1000G family, compared with today's engines. Airbus plans to deliver 4,000 A320neo over 15 years. Airlines' choices between the two engines are almost equal. The first Airbus A320neo rolled out of the Toulouse factory on 1 July 2014. The Pratt & Whitney PW1100G JM-geared turbofan engine was Federal Aviation Administration certified on 19 December 2014. Contrary to most recent airliner developments with years of delay, its first flight was advanced to September 2014. 95% commonality with the A320 helped to reduce delays associated with large changes. The A320neo delivery was initially advanced to October 2015 from the second quarter 2016, but afterwards postponed to early 2016. Lufthansa has taken delivery of the first A320neo on 20 January 2016. The Airbus A321neo prototype DAVXB first flew on 9 February 2016. However, the plane suffered a tail strike 3 days later. requiring that the aircraft be flown to Toulouse for repairs. Airbus estimates a delay of several weeks for the certification program due to the time required for repairs. Design. Airbus states that the A320neo family incorporates latest generation engines and large sharklet wingtip devices, which together will deliver a total of 15% in fuel savings. This includes the use of sharklet winglets, which are able to decrease the fuel consumption by 3.5% to 4% due to the decrease of wingtip vortices and aerodynamic drag. The A320neo has over 95% airframe commonality with the current A320, with 91% commonality in tooling. The airframe is made with new materials such as composite materials and more aluminium alloys, which help save weight and thus fuel consumption. Also, the new materials will reduce the total number of parts of the plane, which will decrease the maintenance costs. Variants. Airbus has decided to offer 3 advanced variants of the A320 family with the new engine option. The A319, A320 and A321 will all be developed further, while the A318 is not expected to be offered as a neo, although that may change in the future. A319neo shortened fuselage variant. Qatar Airways was originally scheduled to be the launch operator, but upgauged its order to the larger A320neo in late 2013. No new launch operator has been named since. A320neo standard variant. Lufthansa is the launch operator. A321neo, lengthened fuselage with structural strengthening in the landing gear and wing, increased wing area and other minor modifications due to higher weights. ILFC was the launch customer. A321LR extended range version of the A321neo with additional fuel tank and further increased payload. Air Lease Corp was the launch customer. A321LR, the A321neo weight variant with increased MTOW of 97 tons, often called A321LR or sometimes A321neo-LR, transports 206 passengers in a 2-class layout with increased range to 4,000 nmi by using 3 additional 2,990 L fuel tanks. An extended 2-class layout additionally including a premium economy class with 164 passengers allows a range of up to 4,100 nmi. Historically, this is the second MTOW increase after the initial A321-100 with 83 tons, which was quickly replaced by the -200 with 93.5 tons. In October 2014, Airbus started to offer it also as a replacement for the aging Boeing 757-200, including the modified version with winglets, known as the 757-200W, compared to the 757-200W. Airbus predicts an A321LR gives overall 25 to 30% lower operating cost depending on the number of seats on routes where a wide body would be uneconomical. Although Boeing has nicknamed the response to the A321LR as middle of market, they denied working on, for example, a new 757MAX, a modification of the 737MAX-9, a Boeing 767 of the 787-3. Orders and deliveries. The A320neo family received over 2,000 orders in a little over 2 years following launch in December 2010. making it the fastest-selling commercial aircraft in history. Virgin America became the launch customer with a firm order of 30 A320neo aircraft as a part of a 60-aircraft order on the 17th of January 2011. However, in November 2012 they deferred the deliveries of the A320neo aircraft until 2020, making ILFC the new launch customer along with the A321neo. Significant orders include 150 aircraft from Indigo, 200 from AirAsia, 100 from American Airlines and 174 from Lion Air. The A320neo entered service in January 2016 with Lufthansa, about 27 years after the first A320 was delivered. Originally, the A320neo was to be followed by the shrunk A319neo and later by the stretched A321neo. However, in a change reflecting market demand, Airbus adjusted the schedule during development so the A320neo as the lead variant will be followed by the A321neo, with the A319neo to come after that. Airbus A320neo family orders and deliveries. As of the 31st of July 2016, orders deliveries at the Paris Air Show 2011, Airbus confirmed orders from GECAS, Scandinavian Airlines, TransAsia Airways, Indigo, LAN Airlines, AirAsia and Go Air. Airbus also received commitments for 83 A320neo aircraft from Air Lease Corporation and Avianca. In total, the 2011 Paris Air Show endowed the A320neo with a combined 667 orders and 83 commitments, including 200 aircraft for Malaysian low-cost carrier AirAsia, which was hailed as the largest ever deal in Airbus history. A month later, American Airlines ordered 130 A320neos, which would cause the airline to cease having an all-Boeing fleet, and Lufthansa became the aircraft's first German customer, ordering 30 examples. The Dubai Air Show in November 2011 saw a further total of 130 orders and 105 commitments by several customers. On the 25th of January 2012, Norwegian and Airbus confirmed an order of 100 A320neo. In December 2012, Pegasus Airlines, the second-largest airline in Turkey, signed a deal for up to 100 A320neo family aircraft, of which 75 are firm orders. Lufthansa ordered an additional 70 A320neo and A321neo aircraft in March 2013. EasyJet, who already operates 195 A320ceo family aircraft, intends to acquire 100 Airbus A320neo for delivery between 2017 and 2022. As part of the deal, EasyJet have options on a further 100 A320neo aircraft, and the Japanese carrier ANA is to order the A320neo and A321neo. On the 15th of October 2014, Indigo signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Airbus for the purchase of 250 A320neo family aircraft. The deal would be worth over $25.5 billion or 1.55 lakh rupees crore, as per the list price per aircraft. This order will also be the largest by the airline, marking the largest number of jets ever sold by the European plane maker in a single order. The airline had earlier ordered 100 aircraft in 2005 and another 180 aircraft in 2011. Operators. There are 11 A320neo family aircraft in service as of the 31st of July 2016. Lufthansa first service on 25 January 2016. Indigo first service on 18 March 2016. Go Air first service on 8 June 2016. Pegasus Airlines received its first A320neo on 19 July 2016, and they also became the first operator of A320neo with CFM LEAP engines. Specifications.